Monte steps up, he's got the heat, judging the world from his front row seat. Uniqo's got the news, fresh and clean, dropping the truth like you never seen. Keep it 99, that's the motto we roll, bringing the vibe that ignites your soul. Monte, Uniqo, and Selma sing. Tune in now before you blink. Uniqo breaks it down with the clever twist, serving the facts you can't resist. But Monte's got the takes, sharp and true, reviewing it all like only he can do. Keep it 99, that's the motto we roll, bringing the vibe that ignites your soul. Monte, Uniqo, and Selma sing. Tune in now before you blink. Keep it 99, that's the motto we roll, bringing the vibe that ignites your soul. Monte, Uniqo, and Selma sing. Tune in now before you blink. Selma the boss, pulling all the strings, producing the magic that this trio brings. Every click, every view, it's all in the plan. Keep it 99, we're your #1 fans. Keep it 99, that's the motto we roll, bringing the vibe that ignites your soul. Monte, Uniqo, and Selma sing. Tune in now before you blink.
I would just like to say before we even start that picture of Uniqo right behind that is a picture of Jason Whitlock. It's just diabolical. That is diabolical. If you follow it up with Jason, I'm sorry. That is diabolical. We can continue. I'm sorry. I just had to get that out of my system.
That peanut butter.
What's up, Alpha? What's up, Alpha? It's your boy, Alpha. I didn't even say it. And this is Keep It 99 News, overall 99 Sports, all of the 99 family. It is your boy, Zelmay. And of course, I'm joined with the greatest group of sports minds the world has ever seen. Starting off with an Ursay. He's on the sidelines every week with the headphones on listening. It's Uniqo Ursay Williams. I don't know Uniqo.
First of all, I just want to clap back real quick and say there ain't no peanut butter skin around there, so I all right, man, whatever. Anyway, you funny, dog. And then secondly, you know, see, are we doing it like that? You just showing everybody pictures on my segment, man. I'm just introducing myself. You do that when you introduce everybody else, man.
Afro. This is Uniqo, and this is me, the fence. I'm there in the fence.
Mr. Wilson. Hey, but listen. So, yeah, man. I heard because I was on the sideline. I had my headphones in while I was with my girl Carly, and yeah, that nigga said I'm about to dance before I score. And I heard it, so we got some decisions to make today. We talked a lot today on this Tuesday, so I'll figure this out later.
And of course, below us we got young Hollywood,
youngster
with the Hollywood
Shout out to my
sensei,
son in the
aka
background.
Blacks and Dark.
Sunshine.
Yeah, I mean, Blacks and Dirt in the building. I mean, you know, we here to talk some sports.
They said DDG couldn't see that thing that's up in the sky.
And of course, we got the legend himself behind the mask, Monray Husk, aka Sharp but True, the legend himself. How you doing today, Monray?
Hey yo, it's your boy Young Mask. Because I'm here giving the sharp but truth. You ain't gonna like what I got to say, but hey, Ravens fans, gonna be a long day.
So let's get it started. Y'all gonna see it right here. This is the clip with NFL Week 4. Contenders / pretenders. So we got a few teams up here that y'all can see. to give y'all a view of the contenders/pretenders. First up, we got to go with the first team of the week, the 3-1 Pittsburgh Steelers. Are they contenders or pretenders? Let's start at the bottom. Let's go with Monroe.
Oh, they're pretenders. This is not hard. This is hilarious, but they are pretenders. People need to actually realize the games that they've played. They had a barn burner with the Jets. We know they suck. They lost to the Seahawks, who are actually quite good. Then you follow that up with let's see, who did they play last week? Regardless, another easy team. It slips my mind. Then you follow that up with a barn burner against Carson Wentz. You know, so their competition hasn't really been nothing to celebrate. You know, they've played a bunch of relatively easy teams. And the one team that looked like they have playoff caliber, they lost. So that makes them pretenders to me. They're getting more or less over with the easier schedule of people that they're facing. But Aaron Rodgers hasn't looked amazing. The Steelers defense hasn't looked amazing. The run game, not amazing. They just surviving 3 games. Sound like pretender to me?
Hollywood Sensei. Steelers, contenders or
The Steelers. Yeah, I mean, shout out to Omar Epps' brother, Mike Tomlin. But I'm gonna give them contenders. You know what I mean? For right now, you know they 3-1. I get what Monray just said. They have played some bums, but you got to beat who's in front of you. You feel me? You know what I mean? Your schedule, you can't. They don't make the schedule. The league do. You know what I mean? So you got to play who goes out there on the field, and they won 3 out of 4. You know what I mean? And the way that division looking right now, Burrow out, Lamar and the Ravens, I don't know what they doing, and the Browns is the Browns. So I gotta go contender.
Uniqo Williams, Pittsburgh Steelers.
First of all, we got Perk Rogers back, and not just Perk Rogers. He was faded off that Guinness on tap in Ireland, and he showed you what he do. He take off on boys. He throws slants for the touchdown, and then also he running boys over on the blocks. I've never seen this man get this physical in his life. So with that being said, and just piggybacking off of what Hollywood said, 100%. Look at this. This division is in shambles right now. I mean, they're in a bad way. Confidence is waning. You got a quarterback that's not there. He's gonna be gone for a little bit. And if you ain't got that Huntley boy backing him up, that knows the offense, I don't know what, because if they pull out a light-skinned person, and you know what I mean by light-skinned, they pull him. This offense is not created for that type of player. It's created for an athletic quarterback. So I gotta say contender at this point, because who won test me?
But
Oh yeah, it was the Patriots. That was the other team. The Patriots, the Jets, and the Vikings with Carson Wentz.
Shout out to the Patriots. I guess we'll get into them a little bit later.
I gotta go Steelers by default. Why? Shout out to Murray for sending us a schedule. As you can see right there, that's the schedule. As y'all can see, Murray said they 3-1 because of how they play. Guess what? It doesn't get much harder. You got the
I
Browns
would,
and Bengals the
I
next 2
would
weeks.
defer that. I would go against that. Like
Colts,
you skip the
Chargers.
Browns,
Coach
then you
Chargers,
skip the Browns, Bengals. Cool. You have
Bro, I
Packers,
said the
Colts,
next 2
Chargers.
weeks.
That's ugly. You got a Bengals break. Then you have Bears, Bills, Ravens. Another 3 ugly one. And then you finish off when you playing the Ravens twice. That's not necessarily as easy as the bums that they played going 3-1. That's just my opinion.
But let's go with the Ravens. I think they got
Ravens. When I put them on there, like, yeah, their next 2 games are relatively difficult. After that, Bears, Dolphins, Vikings, Browns, Jets, Bengals, Steelers, Bengals again. That's 7 games, all that they probably would be favored, even without Lamar.
The problem is they're gonna be down 5 games.
You're still down.
Possibly. Possibly. Then there's the other thing that people like got to remember. Their backup is Cooper Rush, who's actually a solid backup offensive.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
He is a solid backup.
Don't do that.
He is a solid backup.
You
Cooper
said
Rush
it,
is
but
arguably the
also-
best backup in the league.
My
I
right,
ain't
you
gonna argue
said
with you, but don't do
it
that.
ain't just Cooper Rush. They down 7 starters on defense.
Yeah, that's the thing that killed them on the other. They're down 7 star. That's why I say, you can kill the next 2 games. They'll be lucky to win one. But like, do I count the Ravens out? This is probably like a question later on. But like, do I count them out of the division? Absolutely not. Like, you can run 7 games easy. Mind you, they bye week fall right in the next 3 weeks. So Lamar can come back after the bye week. They run 7 games easy. And then you play the Steelers twice. That don't sound like you out of the division race. Especially because I don't think the Steelers are that dominant. They've relatively been able to skate by these first 3 games. But, we'll see. Who knows? I don't necessarily think the Ravens are just going to win the division. But do I think they got a shot? Yes, they have a shot. Absolutely.
Will Lamar missing possibly 3 games?
2 to 3.
He only got to miss 2 games.
A bye week somewhere in there.
He got a bye week, so he only misses 2.
All right, 2. All right.
I think it's possible. That's on my mind. I just think it's possible.
Could they be 1-5 by the time he come back?
They probably will be 1-5. I'm not gonna lie, that defense is awful.
Most likely, like it's a strong possibility they'll be 1-5. I ain't gonna lie to you, but
listen,
do I think they got a shot
1-5?
after that if they run the table? Yeah, I think they can make it if they run the table and then beat the Steelers twice. It's the same Steelers team that last year.
Don't you gotta? Don't you have to have a defense?
I think you kind of hoping that the Browns might go, because the Bengals not beating them. The Bengals look like the worst.
Yeah, the Bengals we're not necessarily worried about, but I'm just saying, like, you would think, even with their lack of defense, their schedule is not hard after these next 2 games. Their schedule is easy. Like, every team after these next 2 games, they don't need defense to beat.
JJ McCarthy coming. Oh yeah,
You don't even need defense to beat the next 7 games.
I'm gonna be honest.
You might beat the Texans. You might beat the
Texans. Not beating the Texans. Not with that.
No, I ain't counting the next 2 games. I said after that bye week, they could run the table. This is realistically possible.
What does that make your record? What does that make your record?
The Ravens might be able to get that one.
I'm not saying the Ravens win it. I think the Steelers. No, I said let me.
Got a fumbling problem.
No, I said let me be fair. I be fair. Like, Steelers have a stronghold on it right now. I'm not denying that, and they are in the front runner to win the division. But do I think the second or third best quarterback on the squad with a whole bunch of easy games back to back can lead his team to make a comeback and try to take the division? Yes, I also think that's possible. Especially this is Lamar Jackson. We've heralded for the last 3 years. I do believe that's possible.
If they do that, Harbaugh winning Coach of the Year. If they go 1-5 and come back,
he'll save his job at least. I'll say that much. If they run the table and take their division still, he'll keep his job possibly. I'll say that much. Unless they get bounced out the playoffs in the first round, then yes, I would.
All right.
That is true. Shout out to Derpy Entertainment. He said Monterey he worships Lamar Jackson.
If he only heard how I was telling Lamar Jackson is not even the second best quarterback anymore last week, you think otherwise.
Pookie Jackson is crazy.
Shout out to Pookie Jackson.
Next up, contenders or pretenders? Kansas City Chiefs. We're gonna start off with Uniqo.
Man, I hate this. This is crazy. I don't like it. This is tough, but I'm looking at some guys that get to play against the Broncos. They get the opportunity to play against the Broncos and the Raiders and the Chargers. I think that there's always going to be hope if you're Patrick Mahomes. That's where I'm at right now. This out of conference play stuff. I mean, this might have been actually a pretty good. This might wake them up a little bit because we was worried about the Chiefs for a hot second. But here we are, and I kind of feel like I gotta say contender. They were just there last year, and I mean, like I said, that division, I don't trust nobody in that division other than Pat Mahomes. So a shout out to Gino, love you, brother. But I trust
Gino
Mahomes.
got 7 interceptions.
Oh boy,
already.
I trust Mahomes. I just don't trust. I mean, and I like Gino. Gino gonna be the problem in that division.
Monday.
You worry about Bo Nix, ain't you? You worry about Bo Nix, huh? Okay.
No, Gino, he a problem, but I promise you he's not a problem for the other teams. The Chiefs right now, they're contenders. Like, as long as you have Patrick Mahomes behind center, you're a contender. I don't think nobody's gonna really debate against that. Their only real issue was that they were lacking their main 2 wide receivers. They got one back. They looked great on offense, or at least solid on offense, against a depleted Ravens defensive effort. And then, they get Rashee Rice. That'll be another boost. They get their schedule relatively easy, which is crazy that we say, like, Patrick Mahomes, their schedule gets lightened up. Even if they were to go down 1-3, they'll still be fine. I say the same thing for Lamar Jackson. People think I'm crazy. But otherwise, like, I think they're contenders, clear contenders. I think it's easy. They're the Chiefs. Nobody's gonna count the Chiefs until the clock strikes 0, basically.
Murphy said, I wouldn't be surprised if the Chiefs win the Super Bowl just because I've been watching TV for a long time and I saw the same thing happen with Brady. Dr. Paper, that is true. Brady started off like 0-2 and
We've
then.
seen the same thing with the Chiefs.
By the way, the fact that Patrick Mahomes been in the league 8 years and has never not been in the AFC Championship game is still crazy to me. So how can I'll get to that one my point. How the hood? Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, contender. You know what I mean? Like Monray said, as long as you got Patrick Mahomes, you know what I mean? You're a contender. And like I know they look very pedestrian without the receivers, you know, no Rashid Rice, Xavier Worthy injured. My son talking over me. But I mean, we've seen Patrick Mahomes do this before. You know what I mean? He literally won a Super Bowl with your number one receiver being Juju Smith-Schuster and fucking he had Juju, McCole Hardman, and Kadarius Toney. Like
And
you know what I mean?
Kelsey.
Yeah, and you know, Kelsey, I mean, now that he's reverted back to a real white American, I mean, his football productivity has dropped off. But I mean, long story short, you got Kansas. I mean, you got Patrick Mahomes, Chris Jones still on the defense. You know what I mean, they contenders. And like in the division, the only team they really have to worry about is, I would say, the Chargers. But I mean, y'all just lost to Jackson Dart in his first start, so I don't know. But still,
Amen.
Chargers is still there. But I got they contenders though.
Yeah. Like I said earlier, every year he been in the league, he been to at least the AFC Championship. If he on your team, you a contender. Like that's ridiculous.
That boy Jackson Dart, man.
I
He said your girl is my crush.
Shout out to Jack.
Your girl, Justin Herbert is my crush, and I won.
It didn't
in New
beat you.
York.
Let's go. But
5-hour flight, nigga. 5-hour flight.
Josh Allen has been 0-2 in AFC Championship games. Patrick Mahomes has been to 8 of them. Think about that. Lamar Jackson haven't even been in one. These the people you compare him with, and y'all, everybody like to say who next. Beat the man who been to 8 of them, been to 5 Super Bowls, 3-2 in the Super
Man,
Bowl. While most y'all ain't never been to one,
to be the man, you have to beat the man.
and ain't nobody touched him yet. So how will I ever doubt him? So I can't put him on. As long as that man exists and they mathematically in the playoffs, the Chiefs are a contender. Next up, the 49ers. Hollywood. Contender or pretender?
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
Hollywood.
say 49ers. I want to say pretenders. I feel like they time running out. You know what I mean? You know, they had their chance. And I just think the injuries is catching up with them. You know what I mean? Purdy is hurt. No Debo Samuel. Christian McCaffrey. It's only a matter of time before he get hurt again. Yeah, I mean, I don't think Jawan Jennings is out. I think they gave Ayuk that money and he ain't been. Yeah, man, they pretenders.
In a division when everybody is like 3-1, 4-0, so they're in a fight. As you can see,
I think their Super Bowl window is closed. To be honest,
if you look at their schedule, everybody in that division almost still in it, so they're in a fight. Monray, 49ers contenders or pretenders?
If they weren't so injured, I would say contender. But because of the injury, Bosa's injury is horrible. That's a really rough injury. Purdy didn't look 100% when he came back, slinging picks all over the place. Even with good Christian McCaffrey, I just don't feel like they're going to have enough to be able to outlast not only their division, you know, because Seattle and the Rams are both really good-looking teams right now. I just don't feel like they're going to have enough down the stretch just to be able to hold this up. They managed to get 3 wins. They lost the ugly one to the Jacksonville Jaguars that they really had a good shot to win. Mm-hmm. And now on a short week, they got to roll right and deal with the Rams. It just doesn't look good going forward unless they can get people back on the field or figure out a game plan to be able to handle some more wins. I just don't like their chances. So I'm going to say pretenders right now. Even though they got an easy schedule, it's just, I don't know if they're going to have enough. I'm going to say pretenders right now.
Uniqo, 49ers contenders or pretenders?
I have to say pretenders. Shout out to them having a just great coaching that keeps them in games. And that might continue to show. And this might go back to the Bill Belichick era where it's like, your coach is that guy. Well, I don't want to say that because we'll take something away from Tom Brady. But at the end of the day, I just when I watch this team, I don't trust nothing about it other than they have a good defense and good special teams. That offense worries me. And obviously they got some work done with a backup quarterback this year. So that's great. That lets me know that they got a great coach. But is this something that's am I really as a 49ers fan, am I really sitting there like, yo, my team got it this year? No. I can't sit there and lie to nobody to their face and say that if I'm a fan. I would just say I hope so. That's all I got. Because
49.
it just I don't know. What just coaching is this is the first time in a while that we're seeing coaching really be that thing, right? So that's where I'm at.
49ers to me, contenders are pretenders. They schedule easy. It's a tough thing, but we have a team that I didn't even put on this list as a contender pretender because I thought it would be automatic. The Rams. They also have a team that's really good, right? Looking really good right now in the Seahawks.
Contender.
All right, we gonna talk about them later. Is the 49ers on the level with them? I'll be honest. I don't know what's up with their training staff, but every year I watch the 49ers, every main player get hurt. And it's happening again this year. And I don't think it's going to change. I don't know what training program they're on. Despite how good they coach is, wherever they training program, the injuries, they get a bunch of injured players. I kind of put them as pretenders because even despite the easy schedule, I don't see them coming through and escaping. I'll start the next one. And I'm going to do both of them because it determines the AFC South because ain't no other team going to win it. The Colts and Jaguars, the 4-0 Colts. Yeah, 4-0 Colts. Right?
3-1.
3-1 Colts and 3-1 Jaguars. 3-1. They both 3-1. I forgot the Colts won lost at the end of the game because of old boy fumbling the ball. But they both 3-1. Do we got which one going to be a contender to win the division? Which one we picking not to win the division? I'm picking the Colts. I just don't have faith in the Jaguars. I'm sorry, they Jacksonville. I can't. I don't have no other reason to. So the Colts have to be the contender because I don't believe in the Jaguar. That's all I got for that. And we got a local, the Ursay himself. Let's go get some inside information. It is Uniqo.
So from what I saw, because I was doing my power rankings today, studying, showing nice self-approved, and I had to make a couple of changes on things. But the thing is, the Colts were really close to being in that Bills, Eagles, Colts conversation. That's what it was supposed to be: Bills, Eagles, Colts, undefeated team. But it didn't happen that way. But I think they were that close to doing it. So with that being said, the Colts are 100% contenders. And when we did our preseason show, I said this. I said, it all depends on what that Cam Ward boy do. We're looking at it. I said, is CJ Stroud, is he all right? Is he good? I'm not sure. And then, not even him, it's the organization. Texans' organization is just ass. And then I said it would come down to, is Trevor Lawrence the real deal? We're about to see this year. And then lastly, I said, I think Daniel Jones is good based off the eye test. I think he's really good. So let's see if he can do it with a different environment. You watching it, you seeing it, you witnessing it. So yes, contender.
What about the Jaguars?
Nope. Another AFC team is going to take that wild card spot.
He said they are pretenders. Monray. We're going to do both Colts and Jaguars. Contenders and pretenders.
I feel like I'd be like a harsh grader of these teams and things of that nature. Because, I mean, if you want me to be honest,
one got to make playoffs.
Yeah, I think both teams are pretenders. I ain't going to sit here and lie to you. But, like, if I have to pick one, then I'm going to go with the Colts to take the division. The Jaguars' schedule is definitely a little bit rougher than the Colts' schedule is, at least up until like the end of the year, where the Colts have multiple division games, not against Titans necessarily, but like multiple division games against Texans and Jaguars and stuff. So we really don't see it until then. But the Colts, just because of their schedule, their team seems relatively balanced. And I respect them. They did put up a solid fight against the Rams. I just didn't like how Daniel Jones looked. Like when DeGorn got a little bit of tough, couple of ugly interceptions, put the team on the back foot, when they could have really coasted away with their game a little bit. And then, of course, we know what the rookie wide receiver did. We're going to talk about that. But I don't like how they look in crunch time. When everything's cruising, they're cruising. In crunch time, they don't look that good. At least this one game. But the Jaguars have done that for all 4 games. When crunch time come up, they look ugly for some reason. They do stupid stuff. They lose to Jake Browning throwing 3 picks all over the place. So I can't trust them anymore. So unfortunately, I think both are pretenders. But for the one who's going to take the division crown currently right now, I'm going to say the Colts are definitely the front runners. Texans, they definitely still got a puncher's chance, but I got a Colts right now.
Fair. Hollywood. Colts.
All right, so division winner, it looked like it's going to be the Colts. I just don't believe in or trust Trevor Lawrence. You know what I mean? And I just feel like I just got to get this off. Brian Thomas, dog, that nigga's a stud. But with freaking Trevor Lawrence in there, he ain't shit, dog. Like, so yeah, the Jaguars not making the playoffs. Colts will win that division. Texans is ass. You heard what Cam Ward say about the Titans. They ass too. He said it out of his mouth. I mean, with Irsay, with Miss Irsay on the sidelines, the Colts is, and you see, once you leave the New York Giants, you become a competent football player. So,
that be putting me
as far as the contender pretender part, I feel like the Colts will win the division and go to the playoffs, but that's where it ends. They'll get that home playoff game and they'll probably lose to whoever. So yeah.
Yeah,
I'm going to say this before we continue. If Daniel Jones swindles a second team to sign a contract and then he goes and turns back into pumpkin mode, bro, I promise you, I'm going to rage at how is this magician swindling these teams, bro. But oh, my bad.
He learned under the tutelage of Ryan Fitzpatrick. Ryan Fitzpatrick swindled like 17. He played good for 1 year and get a contract, play like the rest of the way. Ryan Fitzpatrick used to do that all the time. That first year when he ain't paid, he going off when he get in the game. Soon as he get paid, it's over. He done. He swindled so many. I think he swindled like 7 teams doing that. But Hollywood, we'll stay with you, and we'll have both of them. The Chargers and Broncos. Since we think the Chiefs contenders, I decided to put them together. That means one has to be a pretender, or one has to be.
I can't call it. I don't trust none of them.
I'm gonna be honest. I think out of these two, the pretender is the Chargers.
Okay.
And it's only because I feel like Justin Herbert, he's looking so good, throwing the football, doing all that, and then he just had games where he just turned back into a pumpkin. And I feel like that's what's going to happen. I trust Sean Payton and the Broncos more than I trust the Chargers. Bo Nix, he just started out a little bit slow, but once they get that running game together, you've seen last night, J.K. Dobbins and R.J. Harvey, if they can consistently keep doing that, then the Broncos, they're going to get it together. So the Broncos is the contender, Chargers are the pretender.
Or maybe both can be pretenders. Let's see what Monray thinks. Monray.
I think this is crazy that I feel the complete opposite of Hollywood. I feel like the Broncos are pretenders right now. And it's crazy because prior to the season, most people had the Broncos pretty high on the depth chart. Like, okay, Broncos, their defense will be. And mind you, it was all because of defense. It was never because of Bo Nix. Nobody ever said, I think Bo Nix is going to be the one. No, it was like because of the defense is going to be good. Nobody ever said. And now we're looking and seeing that the defense may not be. Nobody's saying like no, because they had ups and downs. May not be as historically great. And now all of a sudden, like, oh well, Broncos, they might make the wild card or something. Like, no, like I'm not believing that the Broncos are just automatically going to pull it together. Bo Nix, second year, he hasn't looked amazing. He looked great last night, but mind you, this is against the Bengals. So
Monroe going out.
Hold up, bro.
I'm not
You broke
necessarily
up, bro.
Oh, my bad. I'm saying like the interception that he threw against the Colts, against Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones pulled out the game. I'm just like, when the going gets tough, I'm not seeing this great Bo Nix necessarily. I'm seeing it when they're cruising. Versus the Chargers, they had a bad game. It's almost inexcusable. I acknowledge that, but they have shown that they can beat everybody in their division. They've shown that their first 3 games was against all 3 members of their division. They beat every one of them. So for me, I can't call you a pretender and you can beat your division. I just can't do that. Like, yeah, can you have bad games? Sure. Yeah, Justin Herbert decided to revert back to playoff Herbert and, had an ugly game, and Jackson Dart was able to pull out his first win by running through the defense. I acknowledge that. He had a couple of bad picks and everything. But I also acknowledge if you can win against your division, I can't call you a pretender, at least right now, 4 games out the year, and 3 of them, you've beaten the Chiefs, which is a very good thing. Now that they lose one receiver, yeah, but you still beat the Chiefs. You beat the Chiefs, you beat the Broncos, we're calling the other contender a pretender, and you beat the Raiders. I can't call you a pretender necessarily just because you decided to, have a bread game and lop one up to the freaking Giants. Fine, whatever, but I ain't gonna call them a pretender quite yet when they've shown they can actually do good things. So shout out to Quentin Johnston. He's revived his career. So I'm gonna call the Chargers contenders right now, and the Broncos are pretenders until further notice.
Fair. Uniqo.
Both of them,
and Chargers.
Both of them are pretenders, because simply for the fact that nobody believes they go into the Super Bowl. Like, what are y'all doing? Y'all just gonna have a good season? Like, that's it. That's how I feel about it.
It's simple. I'm gonna do the opposite. I think both of them will be contenders. I think they both will make the playoffs. I think all 3 teams in that division will make the playoffs. Isn't that the rest of them? The rest of the division, AFC. Last week, people criticized me for not.
Where the Chiefs at?
Some people criticized me for specifically not having nothing but the Bills in the AFC Power 5 ranking. The only AFC team. Guess what? This week, they still the only AFC team. I do not believe in the AFC at all. It's the Bills to lose. Chiefs can move up whenever they get right. But I'll talk about that when I get there. You'll see the whole list. But again, I think they both contenders in the AFC because it's only 2 teams that scare me. And if they play each other and you happen to beat one, you luck up and win one. So I think they both might be contenders. So we'll see how that goes. Next up, we got the Seahawks. Listen, I'm gonna get a Seahawks contender. Why? They got a receiver that catch everything. You throw that ball up right now, he catching. He down now somewhere. And if you throw it to him, he catching. I don't know how he catch it. You can overthrow him, he's still running down. You underthrow him, he coming back to get it. If the ball hit one hand, he catch it. If the ball hit him in the chest, if it hit his feet, he'll kick it up and catch it somehow. Yo, my boy Sam Darnold, like, listen, I don't know how I keep finding these places, but I'm finding them, and they keep giving me a receiver that I love. So listen, Seahawks contender because I just think they're a really good team. Do I think they'll win? Probably not. But again, who knows? Sam Darnold still play well. I don't trust him in the playoffs, but last year he got him to what? Almost a first seed? Contender. Uniqo.
Pretender. They might win their division. Whoop-de-doo. As the young kids in Atlanta say, as they have taken complete ownership of that word, even though we've been using it for a long time. So anyway.
But technically, I do older enough. I hate that word. I don't want to say the word. So.
But yeah, definitely pretender because they're not going to do anything in the playoffs. Like, if you can win your division, that's cute, but now what?
Monray, Seahawks, contenders or pretenders? I don't know if Monray hears right now, but
connection issues.
Moss.
Wait,
Moss. Are you good?
Now we can hear you. You can hear you.
Moss.
Yo, Moss.
The Pookie Lamar worshiper, as Derpy is called him. We can't hear you again.
I hear you breathing.
Pookie Jackson.
Well, Hollywood. Seahawks, contenders or pretenders?
I'm gonna go. Pretenders. Yeah, I mean, I know they good right now, but we saw what happened last year, right? Vikings 14-3. Yeah, I mean, crazy season. They look good. They get to the playoffs. What happened? They got
Yep.
smacked. So, yeah, I mean, as long as that history is tied to Sam Darnold, they're pretenders. Yeah, I mean, and I like the Seahawks. Yeah, I mean, they got a good core on defense. You know what I mean? I like the two-headed monster they try to get on with the running backs with Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker, and then Jackson Smith and Jigba. I mean, he nice. I mean, I fucks with him. He nice. I mean, Cooper Cup, he's an old nigga. You know what I mean? But, he's still serviceable. But at the end of the day, this is still Sam Darnold we talking about. So, pretender.
My bad.
Up with the old nigga reference.
Monroe?
This is a hard one because I do think Seattle does look good as a team, but if they're contending for their division, then they're definitely contenders. I think they can contend for their division very much so. Past that, I'm with Hollywood. It's hard for me to believe you had a great coach in Kevin O'Connell, the best, if not top two, best wide receiver in the league, great number two receiver, great running game, and you fell apart the last two games of the season. The last one of your season, the last one of the season, and then you fell apart in the playoffs. So it's hard for me to just believe in them when you have a slightly worse team than the great one you had last year. And so I'm just like, if they're contending for anything other than their division, a playoff win, a run, I think they pretenders, like straight up pretenders for that. Anything past their division, they pretended, and we know it.
Fair enough. And we gotta give the boy the screen. Contenders or pretenders? The Atlanta Falcons. We ended it.
You know what I mean? Listen, completely biased answer. You know what I mean? So, just letting you know that now. But contenders, you know what I mean? You want to know why? Because they play in the NFC South. You know what I mean? Our only competition really is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Like, yeah, I know they just lost 30-0, right? To the Carolina Panthers. But that game was a fluke. You know what I mean? It wasn't, you know what I mean? That was a blip on the radar for real. Because you seen what just transpired the next week. You know what I mean? 30-plus points scored. You know what I mean? And then the Panthers got shellacked by the New England Patriots of all teams who hadn't scored that many points in almost 10 years. So, you know what I mean? And then, you know what I mean? Michael Penix, you got to understand this. Look at how many fingers I got up here. This is how many games he has played in the NFL. All right, 7 games. You know what I mean? So he getting it together. He working it out. Bijan Robinson, arguably best running back in the NFL. And then you just look at the defense. If you ain't know, I'm going to tell you. You know what I mean? Second in the league in total yards allowed right now. You know what I mean? Second in points allowed, 14.5 points a game. You know what I mean? 9th in rush defense, 2nd in pass defense. You know what I mean? Listen. And also, hold on, 5th in sacks. And that's the biggest Achilles heel of the Atlanta Falcons for the last 10 years is we couldn't get to the quarterback. And now we 5th in the league and getting to the quarterback. So all I'm saying is the defense had to catch up with the offense, and it did that. So contenders.
Monray, Atlanta Falcons, contenders.
Shout out to the Hollywood Sensei, man, for having representing his team and everything. The Falcons are pretenders. I don't think nobody's going to sit here and act like that. They're pretenders. The main reason I say is not because I think they're a bad team. Let me say that. I simply think it's like a year or two too soon. Anybody that is a rookie playing quarterback and you're not like Jaden Daniels or Brock Purdy when he stepped in mid-season, if you're not playing like that, I have no faith that you're going to be able to make any kind of deep run. So because of that, solely because I think Penix is just, he's a rookie. Like my man said, 7 games. And he hasn't looked amazing. You know what I'm saying? I don't think nobody's really saying he played bad or nothing. It's just he hasn't looked amazing. No, he's looking more to me like a rookie. So I'm like, okay. For the same people that was thinking J.J. McCarthy was going to lead the Vikings to a miraculous other 12, 13 wins for some unexplained reason when the man was straight wet behind the ears and quarterback in the NFL. For the same reason that I cannot believe in Penix just yet. So because of that, they pretend.
I respect it.
Mr. Ursay Williams. What's the
I
dash?
had
Don't
my
be
scout
bad.
team go down there and see what's going on down there in Tampa Bay, and as long as that boy Baker is out there making plays, I mean, Falcons got to be pretenders right now.
Fake show.
Shout out to Baker. You know what I mean?
I just right now, it's early in the season. I like the hot takes. That's what we do here. But like, here we are. We going. Hey, what they
Listen,
say?
just watch out for that defense. That's all.
I concur. Listen, I'm sorry how to listen. They
No,
they still got a young quarterback. I got
Told
to.
y'all, it was a completely biased answer. I told you from the beginning.
I like Penix. Penix show flashes though. He show flashes of a really great quarterback. So I do think he has a great shot. But they pretenders. Next section. Are you serious? The new show by Zell May. For y'all, the audience, when we bring in all sports topics of the week and we ask, are you serious? So, as you see on the screen, we have, are you serious? NFL ties. Why in the world did I sit there and stay up late for work, be tired going to work, watch a game to almost midnight our time, 1 Eastern, to watch a tie? And I'm not talking about a tie you put on a suit on YouTube. I'm talking about a legit NFL tie, a game that left with no winner. I saw a crowd who just left a game. You know how rare it is to see a crowd just leave. That's the worst thing I've ever seen in the world. They just walked away. It was nothing. They wasn't sad. They wasn't happy. They just okay. That happened. I watched the game be 40-40. A team waste time and kick a field goal to not lose a spot in the division. A coach who couldn't figure out, hey, time is running out. And if Golden would have caught the ball and they would have organized the play, I would have won my fantasy. So not only did I lose my fantasy by 2 because he threw a horrible pass because he rushed it, I watched a game at 1:00 in the morning that ended with no winner. This ain't an 11 o'clock game. This is not a 12 o'clock game. This is a game that ended at midnight. This is a game that ended at 12:38 my time. That means that some people on the East Coast, it was 2 o'clock and they didn't even see a win. Are you serious? A tie, Munray.
I mean, the NFL during the off season, even including this year, they're gonna look at stuff like the tush push, kickoff rules, but they didn't look at anything overtime until the Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes fiasco twice. When I don't understand why they don't just take in college football, bro. If you gonna let that 10 minutes run out, you might well just go ahead and throw these two teams at the 20-yard line and be like, hey, whoever can't match the score of your opponent, you lose. And just be done with it. You won't even have games last 10 minutes in overtime if that happens. I promise you won't. They won't even be as tired. So I'm just saying, you can do that after the 10 minutes if you want to. But just take from college. Ties don't help nobody. Like I said, now we, you watch the game. It's just about you watch the game. That's about the best you get. And then the crazy thing, when you watch the second highest scoring tie in history, how do you feel? I don't know how to feel. I didn't know how I felt when I watched that game myself. I was like, oh, the Packers should have lost, but they tied. You know what? It's basically like you didn't play a game. It's almost what it feels like. I almost feel like you just didn't play a game. You just, y'all were just there and just do something about the tie rule, man. Either just let them continue playing for another 10 minutes overtime, or you do like college. Put them at the 20-yard line, sling it. Whoever don't get it, you lose.
No field goal. Somebody got to score a touchdown. Hollywood.
Exactly.
NFL cars. Are they serious? Are they serious?
My reaction is more towards the players who always say when a game is tied, I didn't even know a game could end in a tie. Like, you know what I mean? That's my art. Like, bro,
Shout out to Donovan McNabb.
I mean, there has been 64 ties in the NFL since the establishment of overtime. So, I mean, there has been 320 ties in total. I mean, so, I mean, we got to stop acting like this shit don't happen. For me, I'm not mad at it because I understand the NFL's approach. At the end of the day, the NFL is a conglomerate that's trying to make money, right? So, I mean, why, overtime is an extension of the game. So why shorten the extension of the game? I mean, why do that? I mean, like, we give y'all 10 minutes, both teams, to possess the ball. You got 10 minutes to put the ball. You was already putting up 40 throughout the first 60 minutes of the game. You can't score in these extra 10. I mean, so I'm not mad at the league for the tie stuff. Like, I mean, could you implement college football rules and all that? I mean, you probably could, but why do it at this point? I mean, it been like it's not like ties are something that occur 3, 4, 5 times a season. Like, this is a once in a every 5 season occurrence or some shit like that. So to me, it's really not that serious. I mean, to be honest.
Fair. I still was up. I still was up at 1 a.m. and I don't like them wasting my time when I felt like I just watched a game that had no ending.
I
And I'm
wanted to
probably
keep
a little bit.
going.
I was probably a little upset too that Matthew Golden didn't get a chance to catch that ball in the game and win me my fantasy.
I wanted to keep
So
going,
I was
dog. Put
already
that
like,
college rules out there. Second overtime, 20-yard line. You're going to win one way or the other.
Uniqo, how do you feel about ties? And we're not talking about the one around your neck.
I'm more upset that my Monday was not like at work. It wasn't filled with a whole bunch of cowboy slander. Like, man, I feel like the Packers let America down. It's like, because Monday was going to be like, that's a great start to the week when, like, that storyline is so great. Micah Parsons, other team, blah, blah, blah. And they just didn't, man, they missed a golden opportunity. Kind of like LeBron when he didn't make it to the finals to play Kobe. They missed a golden opportunity.
Nah, they just rob people of their money and time. Don't worry.
I wonder how you felt. I've never normally after a football game, the crowd like either cheer or boo the team. They felt the game ended and it was silent. Have you ever heard a silent ending? Like, that's the worst feeling in the world to have a silent ending. I'd rather the Packers just risk losing and go for it on 4th down. But yo, screw it. I would have respected them more. I just don't like tying. Why are we tying? What are we tying for? We got another one. Are they serious excuses for Deion? Deion Sanders, my second favorite player behind Barry Sanders. I love and adore you. I appreciate you. But I don't know. The love you get from these media personalities and these football players is ridiculous. The excuses they make for you is asinine. And I get it. I love you too. But I saw literally Ocho, Johnny Manziel, and Shannon Sharp say that he don't get the money to compete with Alabama, Texas, and all those other schools. He ain't competing with them. They basically in a mid-major conference. They lost to BYU. They got beat by BYU last year by 50. That's in their conference. BYU is not a big name school. They in fights with Houston and Colorado State. They are not fighting Alabama. That excuse would work if you get beat by the SEC. You aren't even playing the SEC team because you're not good enough to play the SEC team, and you're not bad enough where it's an off week for them. You are just there. You're playing lower mid-ranked teams and you're losing. BYU is ranked number 24, 25, but do you really believe in their quarterback ranked number 47? Do you really believe in them? Do you really think they're going to be that good? They might be like, listen, Arizona State was in the game last year just from y'all division simply because Scatterboo was an amazing player and your quarterback really good. BYU doesn't have that. They probably going to get blowed out if they make the playoffs. We're not talking about competing with Alabama and Texas. And he needs another job so he can he can't beat people at the same level as them. So the excuses I hear make all over ESPN and everybody that he needs to get out there and get a better job so he can get some money to get players. He can't beat the people at his level. What are we talking about? Uniqo. Are they serious Deion Sanders excuses for Colorado?
Man, listen. Deion ain't got a first round quarterback anymore. And he doesn't have a Heisman winner. Like,
he didn't win with them either, by the way. He got beat worse with BYU with that.
They're okay though. They were competitive. We watched them every week, you know. So
BYU beat them by 40 right down the road in the Alamo Dome, right down there.
it
And
is
they
what
both
it is.
played, by the way.
It is what it is. Just what is this year two
3.
for Colorado?
Year 3. I was from
I mean,
Mississippi
now
when
he's
he was in
starting all
Jackson
over.
State.
He had a solidified quarterback. I mean, we all know that quarterback is pretty much the most important part of a football team.
He didn't
So
win that division with him, though.
I mean, but that he still didn't even get to get offensive linemen. Them offensive linemen suck.
He playing BYU. They got the
Uh,
greatest defense line in the world. Name the draft player they got from the defense line.
so I'm not trying to make an excuse for him. I'm just saying.
If he was losing to Alabama, I get it, right? Alabama got the greatest. They got D5 or D1 NFL players. You losing to Houston, dog. Come on now. None of them players making the NFL. I ain't got offensive line. You can't block Houston. No offense to Houston.
I passed the mic.
Monterey.
Okay.
Are they serious excuses for Deion Sanders in Colorado?
I don't keep it simple. They're cooked. That's all it is to it. They're cooked. They're cooked. It's over. They done. We can go and pack it in. They're gonna have a nice middling season of about 5-6. You know, they're cooked. It's over with. A man just gonna be media making money for the school so he can be back next year and try to get some better players, but they're cooked. Next.
Hollywood. Are they serious? All the excuses for prime time.
All the excuses. Now I'm gonna keep it a buck, man. I agree with you. Them saying, man, he ain't getting enough money to compete with. You right. Like they are in the Big 12 conference, right? You know what I mean, so let me hold on. Let me read y'all.
Arizona
You know,
State got beat by Mississippi State. Mississippi State, what Uniqo, what Mississippi State ranked in the SEC?
let
Eighth,
me let
ninth,
me
10th.
let me tell you the teams that's in the Big 12, right? These the teams that he competing with: Iowa State, Arizona State, BYU, Houston, Texas Tech, Cincinnati, Utah, Baylor, Kansas, Kansas State, Arizona, TCU, the University of Central Florida, Oklahoma State, and West Virginia. You know what I mean?
Which
Now,
one got big money? Which
I'm
one
just
got
going
big
to
money?
say that's not a murderer's row of college football teams right there. You know what I mean? So,
It
listen,
sounds like all L's.
I get it. Prime is a beloved figure within the African American community and also amongst other African American sports figures. So, of course, there are going to be excuses given for him. But, you know what I mean? It's like Monray said. They looking cooked right now. And to be honest, until until they fix the defensive line, because their run defense is straight barbecue chicken. Like whatever team opposing team running back, when he see Colorado on the schedule, he like, listen, I know I'm about to go for at least a buck today. You know what I mean? I'm getting at least 5 yards to carry. You know what I mean? Against like, you know what I mean? I feel like they're not going to be an adequate team until they get better in the trenches, and that don't got nothing to do with money. You know what I mean? Well, it do because recruiting nowadays, the NIL and all that shit. I mean, they going where the bag is, but also, I mean, just find dogs, man. Just find people that, and also just coach them better. I just feel like they got all these celebrities on the coaching staff, all these former players, and all this shit. Y'all should be better than what you are.
Rick
You
Ross
got
can't give
Deion
you $1
Sanders.
million to get you some players.
I'm
Lil
just
Wayne
saying,
can't give you $1 million.
you got
Drake
Deion
can't give
Sanders
you
as the coach, Warren Sapp coaching your defensive line, and they probably got some other niggas that was in the NFL that's on the coaching staff. Y'all should be way better than you are. So
At
stop
this point, we
making
still waiting on them to blow out by 40.
stop waiting, stop making the excuses for Prime. The team just not good. You know what I mean? They just don't. It's just not a good team, and we knew it wasn't going to be a good team. The year before he got there, they won one fucking game. You know what I mean? So, to think in the third year, I mean, that they was about to be in the college football playoff, it's not happening. You know what I mean? And, you know, I don't like none of the quarterbacks they got on their roster either. Like the boy Salter, he
Julian
made
Newman
it.
was the number 2 ranked quarterback in the country. Come
Yeah,
on.
well, I ain't see Lewis yet, so I can't say I don't like him. But Salter, he ain't really. I mean, and the white boy, he ass. So, Yeah, man.
Like my
They
only
probably
problem
gonna,
is if the excuse was they win in all these games, but then they play Alabama and get blowed out, or
of
Texas. Or,
course they would,
I'm like, of course, okay, y'all are exactly right. But
bro.
you in a dogfight with Colorado State, which makes less money than you.
Nobody. If I'm gonna be honest,
Uh,
the way Alabama been looking, I don't know. They Colorado might have a chance,
oh
but
no, not now. That quarterback
they
figured
they
it out.
they for it. I feel like any SEC team would smoke Colorado right now. Like I mean, even a bottom tier SEC team would probably smoke.
You pretend like Vanderbilt and Mississippi State got the money to compete, but we see Vanderbilt beating really good teams right now with way
Right.
more money than them. I'm like, so your excuse he don't got the money, so he should go to another team. I'm like, so you just running, chasing something else? Prove what you got. Prove
And I
you
don't
can
even
win
think
where
it's
you
that they only bad loss really was against Houston. You know what I mean, Georgia Tech, a ranked opponent, they only lost by a touchdown, and they only lost by 3 points to BYU. You know what I mean, so we could be talking about some totally different had they won those two games.
But they
You know what
lost
I
to
mean?
Houston. Trust me, that school down there ain't got nobody.
Yeah, Houston ain't. You know what I mean, like
Like that's what my excuse is. Y'all say is like you need money. That's my problem with the excuse. It ain't even that they ain't winning
we need
or
better
that the
coaching.
process ain't working. Y'all keep saying he need to go to another school because he ain't got money. I'm like, but if you looking as an organization, Houston don't make more money than you. You got
Right,
celebrities. You can at least get a few million from them.
right.
How you can't beat Houston? How you struggle with Colorado State every year when you had a Heisman Trophy winner? Colorado State wins 3 games and they fight you every year.
The rivalry game, man.
Yeah, you know,
If,
rivalry games
listen,
always different.
if you play a team that win 3 games, you got the Heisman. I don't care about no rivalry. I'm the
Rivalry
Heisman.
game, man. It don't
Yo,
matter how good. It don't matter how good or how bad Alabama and LSU is. It's always a rivalry. It's always a tough game, man.
but look at the teams you named. Both of them might have a Heisman Trophy win. Both of I
I,
guarantee you every
it
time you
don't
see
matter how good or how bad Florida and Florida State are. It's always a rivalry, man.
Monterey, every team you mention, I guarantee you got at least a top 3 round pick. Colorado State didn't
Well,
have
I
a
don't know
player.
about Florida recently, but everybody else maybe.
I don't even
Colorado
remember
State
the
don't got
last
a player
Colorado
getting
State
drafted.
player to get drafted.
Colorado State ain't got a player that's getting drafted. And you got a Heisman.
What they did last year, they had 2 of them.
They
Who
did.
was
All right.
Colorado State? They get a player drafted.
Oh my Colorado, I think Colorado. My bad, not
Oh, I'm
Colorado
talking
State.
about
My bad.
Colorado State. That's who they
Wrong
lost.
one.
Let's see. They had
I was saying Colorado.
they had a basketball player drafted.
I was saying
Yeah.
Colorado because of Travis
The
Hunter and
last
Shador.
draft they had players that signed to the team. Trey McBride in 2022 is the last time they had a player drafted.
That's why I was talking about
Yeah,
Colorado, not
Trey
Colorado State.
McBride.
My
I
bad.
mean, he's pretty good.
That's all I'm saying. Listen, I don't listen. Prime, you can figure it out. You ain't getting fired because they need you because Colorado sucks. But I just tired of like the excuses be so wild that like he need to go to my Florida State and Miami to coach. I'm like, can he not win
I
with
mean, he
you?
should have been the Florida State coach. You know what I mean, like, come on now. That's the alma mater. Why wouldn't you want Deion Sanders? That don't make sense.
I'm just saying. When you was at Jackson State, you was undefeated.
Should stay in the sweat. Next up, are they serious? The
Shout out to
Golden State nursing home. Listen, Al Horford, Draymond Green, Steph Curry. This team is old as dirt. What are we doing? Why are we putting them out here? I know Al Horford seems like he don't age, and these players seem to last forever. Steve Kerr, this is strictly for you. Why you can't develop players? Why do you suck at developing players? X's and O's is good. Every great player that you drafted early all seem to not work out and get traded because you want the oldest team ever, but so you don't have to really develop and coach. That's all it is. You literally don't develop players. There's not a player. Poole is the only player you develop, and all he do is take 30 shots a game and miss all of them. You haven't developed any player. Kaminga wants to leave. Every young player wants to leave your school, your team, because you bring in a nursing home because you don't want to develop nobody. And Mark Jackson developed your team. Let's be honest. I remember when LeBron dropped 60 on Klay Thompson, and they asked Mark Jackson, why you kept him in? He said, because he's going to learn how to play defense. He developed all those players. He developed Draymond Green. He developed Steph Curry. And then you got in, to your credit, great X's and O's coach, and helped them. But developing players, you sucked. And they're consistently going to give you credit because you took over another man's team as a great, still, I'm gonna give you credit as a coach. Not gonna say you suck like Doc. but you can't develop players. Now you got a Golden State nursing home that I got to watch, run around a bunch of old people, and ruin my TV experience every week. Uniqo, the Golden State nursing home.
Well, somebody's a little upset over there, but okay. And I ain't talking about baby Hollywood. I'm talking about your ass, though, man.
Just got to squash this man.
Um, so that whole running around through screens and that whole offense they've been doing all that's not gonna work no more, right?
Maybe they might just start knocking people out because they're old and can't move.
You can't run that kind of off like OKC runs that kind of can run that kind of offense.
Shout out to Kaminga for getting signed today, by the way.
This gonna be probably the most boring Warriors basketball we've seen. That's where I'm at because it's I'm not seeing it. It's gonna be a whole bunch of Al Horford middies. Draymond can't score, and then Curry, okay, do what you can. And we don't even know what we about to get out of Kaminga because he still hates you niggas. So, yeah, that's where I'm at, man. This is insane.
Monray, the Golden State nursing home.
The Golden State nursing home is the NBA version of the Pittsburgh Steelers. We ain't getting no young people. We getting these old, behind the eight ball, past their prime quarterbacks, and we gonna stave off the eventual rebuild. They've been doing that ever since Ben, and it's been how many years now? We've had Russell Wilson, Justin Fields, Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, now we turning on Kenny Pickett?
We had Kenny Pickett. He was the only young one, and right now he's currently a backup getting traded around places and have yet to start for the Browns. Yeah, they basically sound like the Pittsburgh Steelers to me. And even if we even go back to when Ben was there too long. Ben really could have retired 2 years before he really did. He just, he was still out there, And I respect the Ben. I'm just saying, like, his physical skill set had diminished, past the point where he was able to really be efficient out there. I was like, bro, like this, it just sounds like the NBA version of the Pittsburgh Steelers. They just like, hey, get these players that, might be a little bit behind the eight ball, get them for the cheap, gonna make them go work for it, put them in here, and that high flying, really fast, quick moving up and down the floor Golden State offense, yeah, that's over with. Yeah, that's done. We finna get the half court, get Steph open offense for the Golden State Viking Warriors. That'd be good. The Golden State Vikings. They're gonna put out this half court offense.
Play a San Antonio Spurs team with like 5 starters that's all 26 and under and legit. Or the OKC Thunder, whatever, the same thing. And then, we talk about Houston who got Armin Thompson with Kevin Durant now. Kevin Durant, but at least they got Armin Thompson.
It's crazy. It used to be the San Antonio Spurs had one of the older but very efficient teams of the league. Now they got one of the youngest. And now you look at the Golden State Warriors, used to have all young people. Even when they won their first ring, all the players was in and around low 30s at best. Now, hey, Steph, 37, 38?
It's crazy. Steph Curry, one of the youngest ones.
I don't tell you, man.
I don't know what's going on team. That's Golden State nursing home. I don't know. Steve Curry, Jordan need to slap you again.
If they win a championship, can we call it Elder Ring?
Oh my God.
Shout out to the Elder Ring. They ain't win no championship. We don't believe in that team. They got Al Horford starting. Al Horford, no offense to you, but no, we ain't doing that.
Hey, I respect Al Horford.
Very difficult.
I do too. But how the Golden State?
Yeah, man. Steph Curry, one of my all-time favorite players. So, just to see, the team they putting around him in his twilight years is crazy. Al Horford, my pop age, dog. Like, why is he? Like, he's the same age as my pop, dog. Why are you playing? Like, I just feel like looking at this roster right now, 37-year-old Steph, 36-year-old Jimmy Butler, 35-year-old Draymond, Buddy Hill's 32. You know what I mean? Gary Payton Jr., the second 32. But I mean, they do got a lot of 20 something.
He ain't so much junior no more, is he?
Yeah, right. I mean,
The big
Kaminga's
one at this point. Shoot.
now
You
if
can trade Kaminga. He don't want to play with them. He just
Kaminga don't want to be there. I mean, but you know, I don't know. Golden State, as long as they got Steph Curry, I mean, they'll be playing eligible. But I mean, yeah, this team is we it's over. Like that, the run they had is over. That championship window is closed. It's like bolted shut. I mean, especially with this roster, they not sniffing the finals. Like I mean, not with this. And also, you bring in Al Horford. Like what is he,
Al Horford.
like what is Al Horford supposed to do against Wemby and Jokic? Like
Foul.
Bring him out. Bring him out there.
Defend them.
what is Al
Defend them.
Horford? What is Al Horford supposed to do against Sengun and niggas like that? Anthony Davis, like
Foul.
Defend them. The same thing he did last year. He will defend them.
No, he don't. I'm gonna tell you something. He don't got guards out there that can defend like Jaylen Brown and Tatum.
he don't got Drew Holiday and them backing him up right
You know
now.
what I'm saying?
You know what I mean,
You just one on one though. You ain't got the help.
yeah, I just think I don't know. Golden State, y'all had a good run, but it's over. I mean, y'all too old.
I believe in them. I believe they can get to the
It's a young
playoffs.
man's game, dog.
I believe they can get to the playoffs, man. They schooled them young men last year. I believe they can get to the playoffs
Y'all
again.
best two players, 36 and 37.
Hey, so is Kevin Durant. I believe they get there and they healthy, bruh. Sky's the limit. They can give one last gasp like Deku in My Hero Academia, man.
One
Kevin
last.
Durant also got Armin Thompson, who's like what 21 superstar.
We ain't talking about that right now.
He got a 21-year-old superstar out there, so
Don't we bringing up them good points?
and an elite defender. So
Violence.
last but not least, little short stint. Jackson Scat is running through New York. New York City is electrified at Jackson Dart, who threw for 110 yards and ran for 60-some yards, but he had 3 touchdowns. And the first win of the New York Giants season. They are excited in New York. They are ready. I even heard Richie Cognito and Gerald on Gilbert Arenas' new show in the arena say he's a future superstar. I told y'all last year, Jackson Dart is the best quarterback in the draft. Arm talent wise, he's the best. He's extremely fast. The only problem I have with him is if he throw a pick, he gonna throw 4 or 5. That's how he do. If he throw one, he'll throw 4 or 5. But next game he be all right. That's the problem he had at Ole Miss. The reason Ole Miss struggling at certain times is the one bad game he have, he makes sure it's horrible. But other than that, he's an elite player, and as long as somebody can coach that out of him, I think they'll be great. I don't know about superstar, but listen, the Jackson Dart project with Scatterboo looks fun. Scatterboo, I think he's gonna be a very fun running back. Mike Allstat, is he gonna be like the elite runner who's gonna run for 200 yards a game, 150? No, he runs fairly straight. He doesn't find holes well, but you can throw him the ball in the flat, and he's just gonna run over everybody. You can run him up the middle, and if he have a hole, he running over everybody. Mike Allstat, NFL Hall of Famer. I would love that on my team. So shout out to the Giants. Do they have hope? Uniqo, Jax, and Scat. Is New York serious right now with this? Are they calling superstars?
No, not how you won that game. No, like you doing some stuff where they ain't got no film on you, so you running around and getting first downs and stuff. All right, we got it. Okay, give him a couple games when they catch on to what he be doing. So no, he gotta sit in that pocket. Like, yeah, you use your legs, but it's cats like Lamar Jackson in the league that's like way faster than you, and they can still be catching him. Watch this.
Monray. Jax and Scat combo that got New York ignited. Are they serious?
Okay. Next game, they go to New Orleans and they play the Saints. They may not win another game after that. I'm going to go ahead and be good. They may not win another game after that. So, Giants fans, I'm happy for you. I'm happy y'all got this really clutch win because the Chargers decided to charge and run out of energy. I'm going to be real. Y'all schedule is still ugly. Your quarterback, and also I respect Jackson Dart. I'm glad he got his first win. It may not be many more of them this season. Mainly because he didn't throw the ball particularly well. They
He
did.
did at the beginning, but then his number one got hurt, and he just said, "Screw it, man."
Yeah, and so I'm getting to that too. Like, mind you, his number one wide receiver, who's really like a top, at least top 10 wide receiver in the league, arguably top 5, is gone for the year. Who the freak you going to? Like, I'm telling you right now, he's not a running back. He ain't running, 50 yards on everybody. Like, look, he'll look good next week, probably against Saints because they suck. But outside that, bro, it's not looking good. So, it might really
Isaiah
be
gotta
rough.
step up.
Dable might still get fired. And now if I'm gonna be real, if Dable can pull 3-4 more wins out of this season, he might can stay. But I'm gonna tell you right now, they schedule look ugly. Like after the Saints, they got the Eagles. So the reality is gonna hit real quick, like most likely. And I'm not really trying to wish. I'm just like, look, this Dart and Scat, hey, sell it as much as you can this week and next week. Because after that, yeah, the clock might strike midnight. This might be over with, and that first round draft pick gonna look real interesting. But we'll see. Yeah.
One day I got to step up for the team. 17, shout out to him, really good player, by the way. I don't know how we gonna see how he look when he had the number one corners on him though. So that's gonna be very interesting. We're gonna see. Hollywood. The Jackson stats. I heard somebody say potential superstars in New York. Are they serious?
Yeah, I mean, they could be superstars in New York, but we just gonna slow the roll real quick. I mean, it's one game. Yeah, I mean, but we all been watching the NFL for quite some time. I mean, sometimes all you need is new life at the quarterback position to inject some type of, winning streak into your team. You know what I mean? So, like I said, it is just one game, but it could be the start of something else. You know what I mean? Cam Scatterboo, he kind of remind me of I feel like he is like Peyton Hillis 2.0. You know what I mean? He could be what Peyton Hillis was with the Browns when he had that one spec.
Forgot about Payne Hillis.
You know what I mean? When he had that one spectacular year that got him a Madden cover. You know what I mean?
Then
But,
Madden curse got him with the injuries. There,
Madden curse definitely hit him hard. But I mean, Monray was right though. Their schedule after this game against the Saints, fuck the Saints, gets very brutal. But like I said, you never know. You know what I mean? Sometimes rookies just come in and they turn the culture of the team around. They turn the vibe of the team around. Like look what Bo Nix and Jaden Daniels did last year. You know what I mean? For two teams that we thought was going to be bad, and then they wound up in the playoffs. So, you know what I mean? Now, I'm not saying Jackson Dart is on the level of Bo Nix and Jaden Daniels, but there is examples of rookies injecting life into a team and leading them somewhere. So, you know what I mean? Do I think that's going to happen this year? Probably not, because that schedule is a little bit too insurmountable after the Saints game, in my opinion. But, hey, anything can happen.
Any given Sunday.
Shout out to the great white hope out there in New York.
See, we blame the Chargers. If the Chargers hadn't just botched that game, we wouldn't even have had this discussion. So we blame the Chargers for charging.
Yeah.
It's the Jackson Stacks debate. But next up, y'all know what time it is. It is Power Rankings, NFL Week 4. We're going into Week 4. What are the Power Rankings? What are we going to do? What are we going to say? Is it going to be crazy? Are y'all going to agree, disagree? Hit us in the comments. Let us know, like, and subscribe. Because we're going to start off with our guy, Hollywood Sensei. Tell us your Power Rankings and why.
All right, so number one, the Eagles, undefeated Super Bowl champions. And of course, it's my hometown, so shout out to the Eagles. You know what I mean? Eagles number one. And they not even playing their best football, and that's crazy. You know what I mean? Not playing their best football right now, but they still the number one team in the league until somebody knocked them off. Number two, the Bills. You know what I mean? Josh Allen, I feel like he's just been showing why he was named the MVP last year. Like, it's just James Cook is coming on crazy. Like, I mean, it's like, is Dalvin Cook even in the league anymore? Like, he didn't just completely surpassed his brother already. Like, and then, I mean, I like what I'm seeing from Khalil Shakir. You know what I mean? As far as receiving 3, the Lions. I mean, They lost to the Packers. Packers is a good team. It's the only loss. I feel like they finding their offensive identity without Ben Johnson, and the defense is getting back with all the injuries they had last year. For uh, the Rams is just a good football team. I like them defensively, offensively. Matthew Stafford seems like his back is holding up right now. So as long as that's the case, they there. And then number 5, I mean, even though I'm heavy against any other team in the NFC South, not named the Atlanta Falcons, but I gotta go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 5. Like, I mean, as much as I hate them, I mean, I respect what Baker is doing right now, and Emeka Ibuka is looking like he might be the best receiver out of this draft class. I mean, so that's my top 5. That's the 5.
Shout out to his sensei, his top 5. Let us know. Do you agree? What you agree? Well, I think most of our similar, so I'm not going to go into disagree or agree. We'll talk about it after. But next up, we have the one and only, the legend himself, Mr. Ursay. His power rankings is right here. Uniqo Williams.
All right. So you got to stick with your undefeated teams first. So that was the Bills and the Eagles. Who's the better of them? I got to go with the champions. So, yeah, Eagles are first and then Bills are second. Now, this is where things get cloudy. You got to look into one-loss teams now, 3-1. It's a lot of teams. It's 3, 6, 11 and 12 of them. And, hold on. It's 9, my bad. So, with that being said, it was hard for me to figure it out because some of these teams are suspect because you have your 49ers. They are one-loss team, but really, are they really a one-loss type of team, or you know what I mean? So I had to go with the Rams for number 3 just because you beat the Colts. And had the Colts won, they would have been undefeated as well. So then they would have been, but I couldn't put the Colts over the Eagles and Bills. But since the Rams beat the Colts, hey, that's how it's got to go. Rams is 3 and Colts is number 4. And then for 5, I have the Lions because, man, I think that's a complete team, man, for sure.
Shout out to Uniqo Williams. But at his power rankings, we have Monray up next.
I think my power rankings is probably the most different out of everybody's. The only thing is I have to switch the Buccaneers and the Packers, which I will explain why. But from top to bottom, like the Eagles, I think it's unanimous. I don't got to say much about them. The only thing I'm questionable about is their secondary. Second, I put the Lions because outside of the Eagles, the Lions have looked pretty much like the Lions. They ran off 3 straight. They haven't struggled in none of them. They put up 30 to 40 points on everybody. You know, some of the teams are a little lacking. One of them was a bit surprising. And it's just like they look like the first game was more of like, you know, a bit of a snafu, you know, pass rush they wasn't ready for, away game in Lambeau Field. It just looks like they wasn't ready for that game, but now that they're ready, they're here. They look a lot better in every other way. The Rams, I give respect to them because they are the only team that's actually, you know, made the Eagles sweat a little bit outside of the Buccaneers. But the Eagles were in full control of that game with the Bucs. They just forgot how to throw the ball in the second half. And so the Eagles just really are a tale of 2 halves. Other than that, the Rams have looked good. They've beaten everybody else. They look complete. They don't look like they have much of a weakness other than taking their foot off the gas. The Bills, I got at 4 because I'm more of a believer of strength of schedule besides just the fact that you're undefeated. And the Bills haven't played anybody worthwhile besides the Ravens. And, you know, they played the Saints. You know, they played the Dolphins. Like, you know, and the Saints gave them all they could handle up until, you know, a couple of snafus at the end of the game. So I'm just like, their defense doesn't look as dominant, but they are winning their games. So I definitely give respect to that. 5 is the Packers above the Bucs. I had the Bucs at first, so it wasn't really like a snafu, but I swapped it up maybe like an hour or 2 before the show started. Because thinking about it, the Buccaneers, I don't like how they've had to compete in every game, including the teams that they really shouldn't have had to compete much against. Like every game has been a 1-possession barn breaker that Baker Mayfield's had to throw them out of. And all their games shouldn't have been as competitive for a team that should be super high on power rankings, and I don't like that. Versus the Packers, I acknowledge that they have deficiencies, but the people that they've played relatively have been better, you know, and they have more or less a positive, you know, winning record. You know, the snafu on the Browns, true enough, because they forgot how to play offense. But, you know, you were able to put up 40 in the world's second greatest tie. You know, so you had a thrilling game. Other than that, you have beaten the Lions. You can't take that away from you. And you destroyed them when you did that. And you showed that it wasn't necessarily a fluke when you won your second game in the same fashion. So I still respect to the Packers, but I do think they have deficiencies that the Buccaneers don't necessarily have. And I'm a little afraid of the Buccaneers going forward if, you know, their defense doesn't catch up to Baker Mayfield not being able to just rescue them. So that's why I swapped them around. But other than that, these are my power rankings.
And of course, we have mine coming up. Let me
You
make
got the
sure.
Eagles on there 5 times, don't you?
Might as well. But we're gonna be
Uh,
fair. We're gonna be fair. Listen, I know this is a little bit. I'm going by the eye test.
no AFC teams. What's wrong with this guy?
We do got one.
Oh,
But
one. You got
it's the
one.
one. It's the one because nobody else besides you, Joe, got another AFC team. Nobody can believe in them. But you're the only one that got another AFC team. But these are the power rankings. Of course, we took them last week. We went on a beautiful date with the Packers, right? It was beautiful. It was magnificent, by the way. They barely pulled it off. They lost they lost horrible last week. But it's the Browns. Fortunate. But at the same time, we took them on a beautiful date. And it was gorgeous and it was beautiful. But we learned that they had an ugly attitude.
Mm-hmm.
That they wasn't consistent.
Mm-hmm.
That we couldn't just keep taking them on dates. You're
Well,
arguing with the waiter.
uh,
We ain't got time for arguing with the waiter.
hallelujah.
Arguing with the ref. We don't even know who half your corners is. We don't know half your
Well,
players. Michael went to the back and went to the tent. Y'all, all of a sudden they scored 40. One player got injured, sorta, and then the other defensive tackle Wyatt got hurt. And everybody know your defensive line. The only reason we know you. Then you got a little exposed when you didn't have that same. But you had a Cowboys problem. You lose
mm-mm-mm.
Michael, Gary is by himself, and you have a Cowboys problem. And we definitely not putting the Cowboys up here on the power rankings, despite having an MVP caliber quarterback. So the date was nice, but now you got to move on. So we're
Preach.
gonna move on to the team that you beat. Why? Because I'm selfish. I'm a hater.
Amen.
I'm a hater. And the fact that you made me wait till 1 o'clock to watch you tie and then win that game make me kick
Hallelujah.
you off the list. And I'm putting the team you beat on the list. Why? Because they pretty. I see Armin Johnson get 3 a game. Joshua Gibbs, David Montgomery, they both had 150 yards. I like what I see. And I'm a visual person. I'm a visual person. And I love my visuals. And I love the visual of Jameer Gibbs breaking. I love Armand Green saying, I run this nigga. You know what I'm saying? I love it. I'm a visual learner and I love to be appeased by my visions. Speaking of visual, the Bucks. I know that they might not be the prettiest, but they got features that make a baby look good. You know what I'm saying? We have a kid with me, like, hey, me and your kid will look great. You know what I'm saying? That's who the Bucks are. When Mike Evans get back, y'all still competing with teams. And when players get healthy, y'all gonna be beautiful. But right now, you just got features. We got to make the baby first. We got to make the baby first because, of course, right now you look all right, but we got to work on it. Maybe you put a little makeup on. You do your little thing. You know what I'm saying? We can make you look real pretty. Next up, we got the Rams. You know, Puka done had almost 130 yards every game. That boy Matthew Stafford out there. He looking real good at his age. He's like fine wine. He's that older woman that knows what she's doing. You know what I'm saying? It's simple. You know what I mean? That's who the Rams are. They the older woman that know what they're doing. You take them on a date, you like, they know what they doing. She know what she doing. She know how to talk to you. She make you feel real good. She listens. She got the intent with the face like this. She got that old school raising. She know how to cook. You know what I'm saying? You take her home. You're like, yo, I love you now. You doing good. I don't know if I'm gonna marry you. And you might have to go later on when I realize how young I am. But you know what I'm saying? That's it. Next up we have the Bills. The MVP, the beautiful woman. We know what they are. They got the trophies. They won all the gymnastics.
Oh,
They got all the awards.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You want to take her out. She rich too. She got money. She got money. Yeah, she got money, and she look good. I don't know if you want to wife her because she a little dangerous. She might be out of your league a little bit, but That ain't the one you put a ring on. Why? Because the one you put the ring on is the Eagles. And how you know? Because almost everybody on this list had two teams in their top five. Monterey, let me get off this. Monterey,
Man, hold on. First
what
and
teams are
foremost,
consistent on this list? On all these lists, except for Uniqo's, of course. But what two teams are consistent on this list?
hold on. First and foremost, did you have family court this week or something, my nigga? You about to lose everything.
Uh, the only thing that's consistent is that we need a violation button on every show. That's what we need. Apparently, on every show we need a violation.
Monterey don't want to. Hollywood. You see, every list had the Rams, right? Every list had the Bucks, right? So in your top five, despite not throwing the ball and your receiver crying writing Bible verses that he want to leave, you can listen. It's fine. It's okay. But name another team here that beat two top fives. The Eagles. We beat two top fives, and when you're in a competition to get the ring and you beat the two other people that's in your list, you got to put them number one. There ain't no way, despite how ugly it is. I even see ESPN arguing. They say this is the downfall. But y'all got two of the top teams in the top five. Y'all have it, not just us. ESPN, y'all had them. We beat both of them, and you said we didn't play well. How can we not be number one? Get out of here. That is the power rank this week. Any thoughts on overall? Any ideas? Any disputes? Anything else on anybody's power rankings this week? Like I said, it's fairly similar, so we didn't have to debate as much.
I just want you to know that that was a very good soliloquy that you went on. I will say that, but it's like, what happened to you? What happened to you lately?
But shout out to power ranking. How any thoughts on the power ranking? Mostly similar.
I mean, everybody power rankings was basically the same, just in a different order, and with the omission of the Colts for you know what I mean. But other than that, yeah, I mean, I don't have no objection.
Yeah. I'm saying mostly similar. The NFL been relatively forward. Ain't no like shocking team that done scared you. Like, oh, might have to put them up there. The Packers the only team that's like in that realm, and the Chiefs could come up later on, but we had to wait on that. But like I said, that is the NFL Power Rankings. By the way, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you're on the Overall 99 Sports channel, go to the Keep It 99 channel. Watch any segment you missed. They will be cut up to all four sections. Will be cut up so you can watch whatever section you just care about. Or you can come here every Tuesday at 8:30 Eastern. Some 8:15 is 8:30 Eastern. And come up here and join your boys. We'll have the show already set so you can know, so you can hit your subscribe button, notification button, and talk to us live and share your opinions. So come over there and do that. Make sure you like and subscribe. It's the merch channel. Y'all can see the Zelmay merch right here. It's all kind of merch. GGC Mafia merch. Shout out to Hollywood and the Blair Boys and everybody else over there. Of all the groups, conglomerates that y'all can see, they over there. So shout out to them. But we got one last topic, and it is college football studs and duds this week. We had a good week of college football this week. Some really good games, as we stated. We will figure out a lot about a lot of these teams. So we did figure out a lot about these teams. So let's go over some of the communications that we have. Of course, first off, we have number one, Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
Going up 4 spots, Oregon, after they beat Penn State. Miami moves down 1 to number 3. Ole Miss, the biggest jump of the week, 9 spots to number 4, taking LSU old spot. Oklahoma went up 2 spots to number 5. Texas A&M up 3 spots to number 6. Penn State drops 4. Indiana goes up 3. Texas goes up 1 to 9. Alabama goes up 7 spots to 10. Texas Tech goes up 1. We talked about the Big 12, the only like high ranking Big 12 team. Iowa State does. Georgia goes down 7 after the loss to Alabama. LSU goes down 9, basically taking Ole Miss old spot. So they just switch spots with them. That's lazy. Iowa State at 14. Tennessee stays at 15. Vanderbilt goes up 2. Georgia Tech goes down 1 despite not losing. Florida State upset by Virginia goes down 10, the biggest slide of the week. Missouri 1. Michigan goes down 1. Notre Dame goes up 1. Illinois goes up 1. BYU goes up 2 after beating Colorado. Virginia and Arizona State stay the same. Who this week is studs and duds? We'll start off with the Uniqo Williams.
After Ohio State, it really doesn't matter. So
Oh wow.
You ain't gonna support Indiana?
No,
That's hate. That's
I'm a
hate.
realist.
His Hoosiers up the road from him.
Buckeyes. All I see is money through these Ohio State or whatever Ohio State
He gonna
Buckeyes.
be at all them Indiana parties when they up here winning, and he gonna
No, I'm too
he
old for
going to
that.
all those
You
parties.
gonna get no? You be done caught me. I'll be on TMZ if I go to one of them parties. I ain't with that.
He going to the party. He gonna be hosting a party when they playing Ohio
I'll
State
host.
that week, and he gonna sit here and
I'll
pretend
host. I ain't participating. Go to jail like that.
he gonna be up there doing that. And they, but so
I'll be
Ohio
the only
State
one
your
doing the
stud, and
stanky way.
everybody else a dud to you, huh? That's how you feeling? But I guess that's how my guy feeling. Hollywood Sensei, you see the top 25 AP poll. Who are your studs and duds?
Uh, studs. I mean, I'm gonna go Ohio State, Oregon, uh, Miami. That's it. Duds. Even though I love them, LSU, because I mean y'all shouldn't have lost to Ole Miss. Uh, Florida State, obviously, you lose to Virginia
The week before Miami.
the week before Miami. Like, yeah, you lose to Virginia, but
Y'all
clearly
better.
they were looking ahead to that matchup. Yeah, I
Who
mean,
they
and
had
then
beat?
also Texas. You know what I mean, they still a dud to me. Arch Manning out here flexing on Sam Houston State. You know what I mean, so yeah, you know what I mean that's my duds right there.
Monray, who are your studs and duds AP top 25?
Well, I mean, we look at Texas. Texas is still suspect. So I'd look at that. I'm more wondering how did, but I don't feel like Texas Tech should be above Georgia. I'm sorry, I don't really feel that way. Like they've beaten three unnamed teams, and then of course you blow out the number 16 team. I'm not 100% sure that should put you that high. Like your strength of schedule isn't that amazing to me. Versus Georgia lost to a similarly highly ranked team and they fall all the way down under you. I don't understand why that is. That shouldn't be that high. At least I feel like it shouldn't be that high. But other than that, I'm not too mad at everybody else. Frankly, like you know, Oregon hopped up pretty nicely. You can make an argument they may not need to be two, but I'm not mad at Oregon. They didn't blaze their way through 5-0. You might maybe even number one would be crazy. So I'm not mad at them being top three. Ole Miss made a heck of a jump. I don't know if they should have made that high. Just being fair, you might argue top five. I don't know if they should be number four. Like
They
some of
just
these
switched
jumps.
spots to LSU. That was lazy. They just gave them both of
No,
them. They just
I don't think they should be that high.
that was so lazy.
9 spots, I think is a little much. And I'm shout out to Ole Miss. 9 spots was a little high. I said, you can make an argument for top five. 9 is a little high. So some of these seedings just make me feel like they really aren't as warranted as they should be. It's all things considered, but overall, like I said, I'm not too mad. Just some of them spots are wild. Ole Miss shouldn't be 4. They shouldn't be that high. And Georgia falls all the way down, but they were similar. Well, it shouldn't be that high, but whatever. They want to do it like that. Tennessee, you can make it whatever. I ain't gonna be super mad at these folks for what they did, but fine. They just know some of these seedings, like the teams that are there other than Texas Tech, I think are fine. Just the seedings are off.
That's fair. But my studs and duds, I think the top three, no need to talk about them. They are studs right now. Ole Miss at number 4. Lane Kiffin, one of the greatest offensive minds out there. We've been knowing that for years. He's a little crazy, but one of the greatest offensive minds. We'll never do that. Fourth down call on LSU was amazing. He set that play up from the beginning of the game just to call it then. Brilliant man. Ole Miss gonna always they got 2 legit quarterbacks. Even when one get hurt, they got another one that's pretty good. So I think they're gonna be up there. Indiana, we get to find out. Uniqo gets to find out if he gonna celebrate and host some parties because they play Oregon this week. We gonna find out if Indiana is a stud or dud. Because
It's at Oregon. If it was in Bloomington, bruh, if they win that game in Bloomington, I'm hosting that party.
know what I'm saying? So they got a big one this week. The good game in the early things. Texas A&M play a decent Mississippi State team that should have beat Tennessee, but did not. So they're gonna have a good fight. With Texas A&M, we get to see if they really legit because Notre Dame kind of looks iffy compared to when they first beat them. Texas plays Florida. Florida offense is awful. Alabama played a decent Vanderbilt team. Alabama got another big game coming up soon. So will they overlook Vanderbilt? A good Vanderbilt team with a good quarterback. We'll see. Texas Tech played the Houston team. Texas Tech should win that game. Georgia plays Kentucky. Kentucky a decent team, but Georgia should still win. LSU versus South Carolina. LSU should win that game. We'll see. Tennessee played a decent Arkansas team, but they ain't really that good. They got shellacked. We already talked about the game. Georgia Tech played Virginia Tech. Florida State, Miami. Florida State had a chance to have a home. They had a chance to have game day at their stadium, and they lost to Virginia. They literally had a chance to have game day in Tallahassee, and they lost because they would have went for Miami. If you have two top 7 Florida schools, Miami and Florida State in the top 7, you would have had. The game day would have been there. They ain't probably been to a Miami Florida State game in so long that they would have been there. But Florida State won, and I see a bunch of weaknesses. They got exposed. Missouri plays Alabama in 2 weeks, so they got a bye week. Michigan plays a Wisconsin team. Notre Dame plays Boise State. Illinois plays Purdue. BYU play a West Virginia team that's gonna be pretty good. Arizona State plays Utah. Other than that, this week is fairly. Last week had a bunch of good games. This week we have a few, but not that many. Like game-changing game, we do have Indiana versus Oregon, probably one of the biggest games in Miami, Florida State still. Despite we got Florida State, we got LSU versus Sellers. I'm very interested in that game. So we're gonna learn a lot this week as well to see what happened this week and if those teams are legit or not. But that is
I have one more honorable mention for studs.
Oh.
I want to give an honorable mention to 98% of the WNBA for studs this week, and then also shout out to the Indiana Fever.
98% of the league is crazy.
That is crazy.
That's
it used to be 99%, but they broke up that extra 1% up into people that might go both ways.
Speaking of, I did want to know. Unique, I did want to know how you feel about that Fever game. Did they? You think they cheated for the Aces to get that?
The game on Friday definitely cheated for the MVP of the WNBA, who is not a stud. She's not a dud either, but she's non-stud behavior. Shout out to Bam.
That baby gonna be crazy.
Shout out to Bam being in the box seats in the third row. No, I ain't gonna do WNBA like that, but yeah, hey, they gotta let them girls play out there, man. Both of them crying. Aaliyah Boston crying, and so is Asia, and they both crying about whistles. And Asia knows she leads the league in free throw attempts, so she mad because Aaliyah Boston, she gets big with you. She don't mind that. She a rookie. She was a rookie just 2 or 3 years ago.
Rookie of the year 2 years ago, and then Caitlin Carter had both rookies of the year the last 2 years. So.
WNBA basketball is such an emotional game, and that's coming from the coaches towards the refs and all. It's been emotional. It's all drama. It's so funny.
What's the name from Cooper? But we out here. We appreciate y'all. Remember to like and subscribe, hit that notification bell on all that. Our friend Dr. Umar says hello.
Stop doing that.
Our non-friend Jason Whitlock looks sad still. Uniqo is looking at you intently.
And then Uniqo Williams.
I'm still sitting on the fence, and Afro still got that white stuff on his nose.
Oh my God!
So that is the show. I appreciate y'all. Remember, like and subscribe if you want to watch this content live. Join us on every Tuesday right on the channel. You can get in there. You can get involved in the chat. As you saw, I got Derpy here and so a few more people. They are in the chat going live right there. But if you want to watch just the videos and just the segments that you're interested in, go follow the Keep It 99 channel. Be over there for all 4 sections of the box. We'll be right there so you can enjoy every week on 2 on Wednesday, 2 on Thursday, and some shorts. So be over there on that channel to check them out for for us and support us over there if you just want to do that and don't care. And you're busy. Sometimes you're busy. Can't be here every Tuesday. I get it. So we make it easy for you. Maybe you're not interested in everything we talk about, but it's just over there just easy so you can consume it right there. And of course, we're out here, but we're going to introduce or outro to I Got Hollywood Sensei. Where can they find you?
I mean, you can find your boy Hollyhood_Sensei 215, all social media platforms. Yeah, I mean, what it sound like podcast every Tuesday. I mean, we off this week, but we back next week. I mean, podcast about everything and nothing. Welcome to Hollywood on Thursdays, and also the Blurred Cartel, man. Anywhere the Blurred Cartel at, that's where I'm at. You know what I mean?
So we also got, y'all know every week it is the Monterey Hudson. Where can they find you?
You know, your boy. Make it make sense on Saturdays. We prepping up this Saturday for the Diddy trial, final saga, final arc, the conclusion. So you already know Saturday gonna be wild. Know where to find it. Otherwise, make it make sense. Then Blur Cartel, combination media, everything, and of course on TikTok, Threads, and Facebook and YouTube. Thank you very much for your boy. All right, Moss.
And of course, y'all know him, the legend himself. It is he on the sideline with the Earth Saves. It is Uniqo Williams.
First off, Afro Kane is crazy. B, just been on my mind. Makima from Chainsaw Man is crazy. I didn't know that she was built like that. She seemed like such a nice woman. But I delved into that, and also,
No Rice.
I am covering the trial. I mean, not the trial, but the sentencing on Friday on my channel. Uniqo Williams. I'll be doing it live as it's happening, as we get it, and we'll talk about it. I'll do all the transcripts and all that, because I cover. If you need to catch up on the trial before all that, I got a whole playlist for you on my channel on Uniqo UNIQO Williams on YouTube. I have all the transcripts. I read them out loud. I act as the judge, the jury, Diddy, everybody. I act like everybody, even the sassy man that testified against Diddy as well. So yeah, be sure on Friday. I'm gonna hit you with it live, and then on Saturday I'll be with the guys as we just break it down as to what happened, no matter what happens.
Shout out to Uniqo. And y'all can find me at anywhere you see that overall 99. You can find me over anything, keep it 99. All that is me except for that one song made by that kid from like 2015. That's not me. But anything else you can find it that's overall 99, keep it 99 related. I'll be that news. And of course, on the Keep It 99 channel, we have a new show. Here's a preview one more time.
In a hurricane's breath, flying high, defying death. Every cloud's my stair to climb. Reality's a fleeting mind. I see gold in a field of gray. The world bows to my ballet. Delusional delusion is my superpower, turning seconds into an endless hour. I'm the king of make-believe. What I dream I can achieve. Oh yes, I'm spinning towers. Delusional delusion is my superpower. I paint the moon with a wink of my eye. Pull the stars down.
So y'all go follow that right there. Y'all saw Delusional coming out in October. First episode might be a prelude, which is just me, and I'm just going over some thoughts. But the prelude, the first episode will be about keeping up with the Joneses Internet Edition, because it's a lot of people trying to keep up with everybody else on the internet. So we're gonna talk about that delusion and our superpower right there. So join us for that on the Keep It 99 channel. I'm looking forward to it. I appreciate y'all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, hit that notification bell. And I know y'all asking a question before we leave.
Who are these niggas?
Static buzz fills the screen tonight. Summer's glare sharp like a warning sign. He cuts through lies with the blade of spite, but his balance keeps the truth inside. Uniqo's laugh spills the sweetest brew. He's got the deep, fresh steep just for you. Whispers of chaos, he's got it all. The gossip drops like a wrecking ball. your mama's news machine. Keep it 99, don't sugar the show. Truth's a fire burning through the snow. Haters love and lovers scream. This ain't your mama's news machine. Cellmate's fire cuts through the haze. The biggest hater, but his stance don't sway. Every word feels like a battle cry, but he still holds the scale to the sky. Uniqo circuit hides no lies. He's the guy with the truth disguised, pouring the tea like a molten stream, making the world crack at its seams. Screens flicker, hearts grow cold. Truth's a weapon, not